Hello everyone, my name is Sasha Bonasin and I'm a psychic medium, and this is my monthly horoscope tarot card reading, and it's for you, my most gorgeous and most beautiful Taurus for April 2018. So it's for you, my beautiful Taurus, for April 2018. When it comes to the actual health, when it comes to your general health, you see the energy levels again are going to feel so much better, and this is so important indeed, because it will have a really nice reflection on you, on your own personal positivity, the way you're going to feel, the way you're going to feel when you're working, when you're doing things, you know, when you're creating something. This is going to be a very creative month indeed. On another hand, when it comes to the actual health, I'm seeing like a slight lower back pain and the back pain in general, which means that I'm not saying that you're going to be like, oh my god, screaming with the pain or anything, but I'm just saying that this area is going to be slightly, that I'm seeing this area as being like a slightly negative, and I'm seeing this area as being highlighted when it comes to your health. So it's the lower back pain and the back pain in general, which means that it's going to be quite a sensitive area. So you should just like a kind of make sure, if you're picking up heavy things, try to like to avoid as much as you can. And if this is part of your job, or this is part of what you do, if this is part of something that you really need to do and you haven't got a choice, then just make sure that you don't strain your back as much as possible, just to make sure that you just take it easy if you can. When you're sitting down, of course, make sure that you sit in the right posture, and also when we are sleeping, just make sure that you sleep on your side with a pillow in between your legs, because it's actually absolutely brilliant for any type of a back pain or any type of a lower back pain. On another hand, another sensitive area that you're going to have, it's going to be your skin in general, but especially your facial skin, and especially skin in your hands. This is another sensitive area. The skin in your hands is going to feel quite dry. The facial skin is going to feel quite dry and sensitive. So just make sure, if you possibly can, if you are using some kind of a products like a cream, like a lotions and things like that, just make sure you're using natural products, like 100% natural product if possible, because natural products are the best thing to use when it comes to your skin, especially when it comes to your skin being sensitive. Like when you're washing your hands, try to use natural products, natural things, and the same when you are putting like a cream and things like that. Very important. But you know, to look at from the positive side, it is going to be quite good, because as I said, the energy levels are going to start feeling much better, and this is going to have a positive impact on you. Absolutely brilliant. Okay, another thing that I wanted to say is the number that you're having this month. You see, number 13. Number 13, 1, 3, okay, 13. Number 13 is a very wonderful number. Number 13 is a very significant number. Number 13, it's the number that has got lots of power and lots of energy attached to it. Some people think, oh yeah, number 13, this and that, spooky. No, number 13, it's very often connected to like a very mysterious things, very connected, very often connected to the things that are unexplained, very connected to the unusual things. Number 13, it's a very important number. It's a ridiculously important number, because what is number 13 saying in your case in the month of April? It's all about transformation. It is all about a big change. It is all about you finally working towards your own personal transformation when it comes to your life, when it comes to what you wanted to do for a really long time, when it comes to the fact what you have actually done so far in your life, but you were so busy doing things, you were so busy making changes in the house, you were so busy making changes in the garden, you were so busy making and creating changes and focusing on things in order to make certain changes in your life, that you have forgotten like to take care of yourself. You have forgotten to take care of your your work-life balance. But it's not only about that. That's just absolutely great sometimes, just to focus on things and just like keep going. That's absolutely brilliant. But the work-life balance is really important. But what number 13 really means here is that now this is the month of changes, my gorgeous Taurus. This is the month of realization. This is the month of when you're going to have your own moment, your own point in April, where you're just going to realize how how far you have gotten, what you have done, and you're just going to start feeling this with a completely different energy. You're going to start feeling really proud about it, and it's just the next step. It's just going to come to you like a little turning point out of the blue. However, the bottom line is that number 13, it's all about your own personal transformation. And it's all about you realizing certain things about yourself, and it's all about the next step. Very, very important, and especially when it comes to April, and especially when it comes to this time of the year, you know, to have actually changes happening at this time of the year, it's absolutely beautiful, absolutely perfect, because the energy is just right. So everything is just going to be literally magnifying, literally, okay? But in a good way, of course. The actual day that I want you to pay attention to, it's actually 1st of April. It is going to start with the 1st of April, and 1st of April, that particular day is just going to start feeling really good. You know, that particular day is just going to start feeling very interesting. From the first moment you open up your eyes, from the first moment you wake up in the morning, you're going to be able to kind of you will have a really good feeling. Straight around the 1st of April, you are going to have some kind of idea. That particular idea is just going to become a certain opportunity. And that certain opportunity first is going to cross your mind, and then you're just going to start thinking about it, and it's just so much. You're going to connect certain things that you have done so far, you're going to connect certain things that you want to do, and this is all going to start making a certain sense to you. Very strange, because this is just going to come out of the blue, but it's also connected to something that you wanted to do in a really, really long time, and you just forgot about it. You just kind of didn't focus on it. Maybe there wasn't enough work-life balance, and that's why this is going to be very, very interesting, because most certainly there is going to be the realization that certain things in your life are going to take slightly longer, but you are on the right track, you are on the right journey, and there is going to be the sense of accomplishment, which is going to put a big smile on your face, and on another hand, it's just going to reflect on you nicely and the people around you, okay? The second important date is going to be on the 16th of April. The 16th of April is quite important because, again, the certain problem that was part of your life for a really long time, the certain problem that was driving you crazy, the certain problem that was bringing you down, the certain problem that was making you negative about life, making you negative about things sometimes because you just thought that you couldn't actually do this. This is connected to you. This is connected to your home. This is connected to your finances. This is a big picture, and this is also connected to number 4, very much so. Number 4 is going to play a really big role, a really important role here, because that big problem is going to come to an end, and that is just going to make you feel like, oh, I can chill out after this point. This is absolutely brilliant, and you waited for this for a really long time. And after that moment, there is a certain union also going to happen. This is going to attract a certain response, but also that you really wanted, but also there is going to be a certain union that is just going to mean to you really a lot. On the 16th of April, another thing that I wanted to say, it's actually that it's going to be quite a really good day when it comes to work, when it comes to career, because there is something very significant going to happen for those of you that are working. Also, there is something for those of you that are retired. There's something quite significant going to happen. There's a certain wish is going to have a really positive outcome. Something that you really wanted is just going to come to you. Something that you really wanted is about to manifest to you, and this is a lot to do with what you really wanted, and it's a lot to do with your finances, it's a lot to do with your home, and a certain problem that you had a really long time. This is fantastic because there is also going to be an opportunity for a quite wise investment as well on the 16th of April. That's another thing that I wanted to say. If you wanted to invest like on certain day, if you were thinking about investments and things like that, then please try to do it on the 16th of April, because 16th of April is going to be absolutely brilliant day to start some kind of investments, because the energy is just right. So what is going to bounce back is just going to be so much more powerful than what would bounce back normally. So that's what I'm saying, that's just so important. Okay, the third important day, my gorgeous Taurus, is just actually going to be be on the 29th of April. 29th of April is just like absolutely brilliant, because that's another day this is another part of your own accomplishment. This is another part of your own realization. This is another part of your self-esteem just exploding in a really good way, because you're gonna get a certain power here. You're gonna get a power that you thought that you lost a long time ago. You're gonna get a power which is going to pump you up completely with energy. You're gonna be bursting with positivity, and you're gonna feel really happy. This is gonna be a really good day, because it's a lot gonna be about what you've accomplished so far. And it doesn't have to be necessarily like, oh yeah, what I've accomplished so far, like work and all that. You know, maybe if you're like retired, for example, the 29th of April is just going to be very significant, because there is going to be that amazing energy that you're going to have, and that is just going to make you feel so much better about yourself. And this is all going to become the second stage, a second step in your life, because this is going to be big. It's an accomplishment. The bottom line is that this is going to be an accomplishment, and automatically this becomes like a very good day, because you will get the control over the complete situation, and courage and strength. Very, very important indeed. Very good success. This is also going to be followed by very good news, very good success. Good for those maybe also who are looking for a job. If you're looking for a job, if you're looking for work at around the 29th of April, there is something very beautiful going to happen. And also there is going to be a gain, materialistic gain on the 29th of April when it comes to you guys. And also an important negotiation. That's another day for the really important negotiation. So first day we have the 16th of April, which is going to be important to start something new, you see, but then investments and things like that. But then again, for the negotiation in particular, the 29th of April is also going to be absolutely amazing, because if you start some kind of negotiation on this particular day, expect it to have a really big and really beautiful and really fantastic turnaround. When we have lots of things like that, basically changing in our lives, when we have lots of things that have been part of our lives for a really long time, and now they're happening, now that ball is going to start rolling finally. You see, it all depends karmically what we have done so far, and it also means that this, you see, your whole April is going to be like kind of like a field with lots of different opportunities, and lots of things are going to start changing. I highly recommend to get like a green aventurine. You see this beautiful green aventurine DT point pendant. This comes with this beautiful crystal, comes with a sterling silver setting and a sterling silver chain, and you can get this on my website. And what this beautiful green aventurine is doing, actually, it's helping us to have a balance things out, and especially when we are dealing through lots of changes when it comes to our life, and especially when it comes to finances, career and things like that. Green aventurine is brilliant because it can attract wealth, it can attract really good luck and things like that. But especially while we are going through certain changes, green aventurine is a must-have. Oops, sorry, my little kitty. Green aventurine is a must-have, literally, because it does help a lot with the balance. So I really highly suggest this. Okay, the first part of April, as I already mentioned, the first part of April, it is just going to be a very strong connection with the childhood, very strong connection with the people from the past. We will want to reconnect with our past. You will want to reconnect with your past. You will want to connect to your past. You will suddenly start thinking about things that you were doing a long time ago that made you happy. And this is just something that is just going to make you feel very much nostalgic about your past life, and very much, past life, I'm talking about your childhood, very nostalgic about your childhood, and very nostalgic about the things that have happened to you in your childhood. But there is something very interesting, certain realization that you are going to have through this, certain realization that is going to become very interesting, something really little, something really tiny, that is just going to become quite big later on. Okay, and also the first part of April is quite important, because there is the situation, there's a situation going to happen, manifest. Your justice is coming, your justice is coming, your justice is coming, your justice is coming, and it's not going to be that long. The justice is coming. This is very important. This is very significant. This is something you've been waiting for a really long time. This is something you've been focusing on for a really long time. This is something that you just couldn't do anything. It was just all about a wait. Now your justice is coming, and this is going to be absolutely brilliant. This is very significant, very deep, my gorgeous Taurus. And this is a lot to do with what you were worrying about so much. So the justice is coming, and it's going to be a very good news. Is going to be very positive, but on another hand, there is also going to be a little bit of situation followed by that is just going to make you a little bit confused, a little bit confusing, and you will not too sure what to do, because you will come across a very unknown situation in your life, which is going to make you to react in a slightly different way. But then you will realize that there are other people going to be there. There are other people in your life that are going to be able to help you, that are going to be able to have their impact in your life, which is going to reflect on you really wonderfully and really nicely. Okay, the second part of the April is going to bring that important movement. It's going to bring that important stage. It's going to bring that situation where you're going to be able to reach for the things that you wanted to do in a while, and the things that was something that was creating your burden, something that was making you really negative and really unhappy. And there are two things that are in particularly connected to this that were making you really indecisive, and this is going to make you quite indecisive. But the really good thing is that actually your wishes are going to come through. A really big wish is going to come through in mid-April, and this is going to mean to you quite a lot. And that big wish that is going to come through, it's connected to your money. Your financial situation is going to improve after that in general. So if you're retired, the mid-April is just going to bring a big wish that is going to come through. It's going to involve you. It's going to involve other people. It's going to involve other situations in life. However, it's going to be connected to some kind of apprenticeships. And if it's not apprenticeships completely, then it's going to be involved with the fact that you're gonna, your financial situation is really going to start being quite good at this point. For those of you that are working, for those of you that are looking for a job, there is something very important going to start coming through, something very important going to start manifest really important job indeed. Or if you are working and you're just fine, expect something very interesting to happen to your work, with your work, and it's connected to some kind of apprenticeship, and it's connected to some kind of new direction. It's connected to like more responsibilities and a step in the new direction. Very, very important indeed. Although I do have to say that there is going to be the situation right in mid-April that is just going to be make you again very nostalgic about your childhood. But this is a completely different situation to what I mentioned earlier. There is something you just gonna kind of realize, there is something that you need to let go, something that you were hoping for. It was like some kind of wishful thinking. This is not to do with your childhood, but this is to do with something that you wanted to do for a while, but you're just gonna kind of realize that maybe you're just gonna like change your journey a little bit. Maybe your spiritual journey is just has taken a slightly wrong direction. Sorry, maybe your spiritual journey has taken a slightly different direction. This is what I said, but this is going to be very interesting, because sometimes the certain spiritual journeys come to an end. As soon as we realize they came to an end, we can just move on to another door and unlock another beautiful door, you see. And this is what I feel, this is what I see that it's going to happen to you. The last part of April, it's going to be quite interesting, because the last part of April you're just going to feel like a little bit of it's going to be very busy, and you're going to feel like you need like a little bit of grounding. And I absolutely highly suggest something like a hematite bracelet. It's not only like gorgeous, it's not only amazing, it's again one of the best crystals that you can actually get in order to protect yourselves against all sorts of negative energy and things like that. But apart from that, it's just absolutely fantastic for grounding, because April is going to feel like a little bit dreamy. You see, when we feel like a little bit dreamy, to have something like hematite, it's absolutely a must for grounding. And you can get this hematite on my website, and I highly suggest this to wear throughout April, or I suggest you to wear every time when you feel like you need like a little bit of grounding, for example. But the third the third part of April is going to bring, first it's going to be really quiet, and then it's going to start feeling very interesting, and then it's going to start to feel like a very still, like a stillness, beautiful, beautiful stillness. And then suddenly that peace and that stillness is going to bring you like a turning point. This beautiful turning point, which means that the situation that is just going to come out of the blue, it's going to be really strange, but it's just going to make complete sense. And then it's going to be a realization that you have to do things efficiently. After that realization, there is a hope, a new prospect coming through. And this is brilliant, because on another hand, this is going to be connected to you completely changing something. And then something completely brand new is just going to manifest in your life in such a sense that the new stage, the new era is about to start, which is completely going to be connected to your own personal victory, which is completely going to be connected to your own whole new direction, and which is completely going to be connected to your victory and mental clarity, and on another hand, enlightenment, beautiful enlightenment. And the end of April is just going to be filled with happiness and excitement. Absolutely beautiful, absolutely magical. Tauruses, my beautiful people, this is going to be probably one of the nicest months this year indeed, and you will be able to feel this, don't worry. For those of Tauruses that are actually in relationship, I didn't forget. For those of you that are in relationship, you see, it is going to be a wonderful time. It is going to be a wonderful month, because there is the situation that was getting on your nerves. There was this situation that was kind of slowing you down. There was the situation that was kind of preventing you as a couple to move on, because perhaps the time wasn't right, or perhaps the energy wasn't right, or perhaps the financial situation wasn't right, or perhaps you were just like waiting to kind of like change things in your home, and things like that, in order to make everything ready. However, there's certain part of your life as a couple that you haven't been ready to go through. It's now going to become ready, and this is going to be fantastic, because it's just going to make you both feeling really good about yourselves and things like that. And on another hand, just expect your partner, husband, wife to have a really good news. There is a really good news and really powerful news going to happen in your partner's life. It's your partner, something that he or she was worrying about. You see, they were focusing on this, and they weren't able to enjoy their life to its fullest, because there was always this problem, always this negativity a little bit at the back of their mind, this problem, worry. And that's why this problem is coming to an end, which is absolutely brilliant. The other things connected to this, other people are connected to this, other situations are connected to this. It all depends, you see. But that problem was making your partner, husband, wife quite powerless, and that is coming to an end, and that's absolutely brilliant. It is going to put a big smile on your both faces. Financially, there is a really good news that your partner is going to have also. So I can see that this is brilliant, because this is going to have a positive reflection on you both, but expect something very interesting to happen in between you two. Something really good. The step in the good direction, the step in the new direction, the step on the highest level, the step in the new dimension, which is really, really brilliant. This can only happen because when two people really love each other, when two people really understand each other. Wonderful. So this is absolutely brilliant time for the couples. And for those of you that are single, I can see that the single Tauruses are going to be connected to the people from the childhood quite a lot, are going to be connected to the people, to their friends. Single Tauruses are going to go out a lot and things like that, okay? And I can also see that the single Tauruses are just absolutely going to enjoy themselves. Am I seeing someone really serious coming? I don't see someone really serious coming this month for you, my gorgeous single Tauruses, but most certainly I'm seeing you going out. I'm seeing you enjoying yourself. I'm seeing you flirting with people, and above all, I can see that this is exactly what you needed. This is exactly what you wanted. Sometimes it is not only about just finding someone, romance, love, and this and that. There are certain stages we need to go through. There's certain parts of all these spiritual journeys we need to go through. There's certain realizations, certain situations, you know, we need to go through until we find the right partner who suits us the most. There's certain spiritual journeys that we are meant to spend with certain people, perhaps, you see. And this is what really reminds me of this, that I can see you just enjoying yourself. Taurus is single Taurus. I can see you meeting new people. I can see you flirting a lot. I can see you like being all over the place. And above all, I can see you spending time with friends, spending time with people who mean to you the most. And also I can see you flirting and enjoying yourself throughout April. And you will see. This is going to be absolutely the right thing to do. Absolutely the most perfect thing to do, because there is something very wonderful, there is something very interesting, and there is something very significant that it's going to come out of it. A very, very interesting realization indeed. My beautiful Tauruses, mwah. Thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you already haven't done so. Don't forget to share me on Facebook, Twitter, on social networks. Don't forget to comment in the comment section below, of course. Thank you ever so much for watching, my beautiful Taurus. Sasha Bonasin, Psychic Medium.